right, so we've had the season finale of season one of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and it was just a great season finale. I think it was the perfect execution or just way of going back to like the first three episodes of the season where the season finale was character driven, hilarious dialogue, very important conversations and people saying and doing things and you care so much because you care about the characters and you care about the story, but not necessarily because what's going on is gonna end the world or make this big difference in the world that you're in. You know, kind of like Game of Thrones or House of Dragon. Like at Night of the Seven Kingdoms, for episodes like end of 3, 4, and 5, started to ramp up so high and were so good. That's why you get these 9.6s. 9.6s really should be higher. And then you get episode 6, which kind of goes back into that 1, 2, and 3 way of being, but still a perfect episode of the show. And you know, episode 6, it just makes me think about what the show is trying to do and what I talked about in like I think a couple episodes ago with this. I keep talking about this. This show doesn't try to be a great show. I don't think it's trying to be a great show. But it does being a good show great, if that makes sense. Like House of Dragons, you can tell that is trying to be a great show. It wants us to think this is a great show. And it's a good show. House of Dragons does an okay job of being a great show, but it's a good show. The Night of the Seven Kingdoms does an excellent job being a good show. And it never tries to do more than that. And when it tries to do the best that it can at being a good show, it does it perfectly. It is such an amazing show. Now, that's kind of me just overarching. Now let's get into like some of the specifics with the show. Okay, Dunk at the beginning feeling sorry for himself and for killing let's see. Let me go to the characters. I want to say their names right. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms season 1 characters. Right? Oh wait, can we get a good picture here? Be a spoiler. Let's see. Is this good? Nah, we're not. It's not good enough. Let's see. Because we want to do this right. We want to get into all the names. We want to get into the cast. Let me see something. Cast and crew. Okay. And who am I thinking of? Okay. Lionel Baratheon. Right? So, alright, I just needed to make sure I got these names right. Okay. So we start the episode with Dunk. Dunk is like feeling sad for himself. And let me pause this because I'm trying to follow all the rules so I don't get like copyright strikes. Alright, so back to my point, right? Just going over the episode quickly. Dunk is like laying under his tree, hurt, sad, feeling responsible for killing Baelor, which I'm going back to the cast right now to make sure it is Baelor Targaryen, right? Prince Aerys, no. Nah, not Funson. Baelor. I'm sorry, bro. That's the thing. I know the faces, but I'm bad with names. So Dunk is sad because he killed Baelor, and then you have the Baratheon, Lionel Baratheon, basically come in, and you see that right here for this conference. That's actually perfect timing. You have Lionel come in and basically be like, "Stop feeling bad for yourself. This is a Targaryen that decided to fight amongst other Targaryens. He risked nothing. Me, Sir Raymond Fosterway, all the people that fought for you, risked something. We're your real brothers. And the gods do not like frauds," which was probably the line of the episode for me for some weird reason of just like, because as cool and as amazing and as honorable Baelor was, what Lionel Baratheon is saying is true. And then from there, you can tell maybe Dunk kind of just is like, let me get to moving. Or he doesn't fully accept it, but you can tell he knows he's hearing some real shit. By the way, every character is amazing. Like these characters are all, but Raymond Fosterway, who we'll get to in a second, is definitely MVP, but great character, great conversation. Then Dunk is basically walking around feeling bad for himself. He's not under the tree feeling bad for himself. Right? Now, from there, we see him talk to Ramsey Fosterway. And without a doubt, Ramsey Fosterway is the realest character that I've seen in a show in a while. You know, I was talking to my friend about it, and he was like, Sir Podrick, who was the squire for Tyrion. If you don't know who he is, watch Game of Thrones. But if you know, you know. Sir Pod was a legend, a real one. Ramsey has him beaten, bro. He met a guy randomly, decided to put his life on the line for him, go against his family. He got a new horse. He married. He got a woman that he married. Yeah, she might be, you know, and yeah, she might have lied to him and caught him slipping with the whole baby thing. The conversation when he was like when Raymond Fossaway was explaining to Dunk what happened, and Dunk was like, "Babies are not made like that," was just hilarious to me. But bro, he's one of those guys. He can do whatever he wants, bro. You're gonna talk bad about him for marrying who he wants, for as real as he is. Never. I won't. Highlight of the show. Realist in the Seven Kingdoms. Realist in the Seven Kingdom. I mean, there's nothing really else you can say about that. Egg. He felt that hair starting to grow back and was just like, F it, I'm going to just go into the Targaryen madness. I'm going to kill my brother. Oh, yeah, spoiler alerts. I guess I should say that. But, yeah, I'm going to kill my brother. Crazy. It's just such a complex character because he's crazy like a Targaryen and he's so nice and innocent and smart like a little kid that it's insane. Like, I'm interested to, I want to read the books to see how he grows up to be, because he's a very, very, very interesting mix of clearly Targaryen mad and a good kid. And his brother said that in the conversation with Dunk, and that's the conversation that made Dunk decide to take him as a squire. And let me see if I can find the picture of his brother, of the other Targaryen brother, the one that's the drunk that has the dreams, that was having the dreams of him, because he was like, you know, the other brother, the one that, I know I'm saying other brother and getting all the names wrong, but the one that Dunk fought that challenged Dunk. He was saying he used to be a nice kid too, like Dunk, and then something happened to him, and it makes you think like, okay, Dunk could end up being this crazy person that is unrecognizable, and I think that's what made Dunk want to say, you know what, I'll take him as my squire. And then just to end the show off, two things. I should have known that Egg ran away, but I didn't. I thought his dad actually let him go. I saw like a tweet that said in the book the dad actually did let him go, which if that's the case, that is an amazing turn for the show that I feel like is perfect and true to Egg as a character, as what I've seen from the show, right? Because I haven't read the books, but I probably will, or novellas, but I probably will try to. So that was amazing. Like, Egg sneaking away from his dad and his family to go and be the squire of Dunk and basically live poor. Him sneaking away and doing that, hilarious. And then the last conversation that Egg and Dunk had was, again, a conversation that perfectly symbolized their relationship in this show, where they're arguing about, like, if it's 7 kingdoms versus 9 kingdoms. And it's just like, again, this show is not trying, I don't even think the show wants you to believe this is the best show that's going to come out this year. But it's going to be a lot of people's favorites. I think it's going to be one of my favorites. And it just wants to be a really good show. And it is that, by far. And it's just, you get excited. I can't wait to just see the tales of these two. Like, this is one of those shows where give them 10 seasons, bro. It's like a, I feel weird saying this because it's nothing like Rick and Morty, but it's like a Rick and Morty where it's like these two can go on adventures for forever, and you just want to see them go on adventures. And now I want to read this tweet about just kind of season 2 and the information on it so far, because I think it's awesome. So, first details of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms season 2. It's going to be 6 episodes, with each one being 30 to 60 minutes. A lot of people didn't like that 30-minute range. I loved it. I think the 35-45-minute range is perfect for that. Adapting the Sworn Sword story, I have no knowledge about that. Dunk and Egg will go to Dorne, which is one of the things they were talking about in this last conversation, is that, like, Dunk was like, where should we go? And I believe Egg was like, let's go to Dorne. Or maybe it was the other way around. I have to watch it over again. But they were talking about this, so it looks like that's where they go, Dorne. Which, from Game of Thrones, Dorne is like the place that's like hot, summer all the time, crazy, a lot of wild shit going on. That's kind of like they make it seem like degenerate compared to Westeros, or a more flamboyant party city. So Dorne, like those two in Dorne, I'm excited about. The Sworn Sword, because he's a hedge knight for pay, so that's interesting. Now in production, eyeing a 2027 release, so next year. So them releasing every single year is also just amazing, real TV. And Night of the Seven Kingdoms is an amazing surprise and a great start to a great start to 2026 with television, and an amazing show, and one that when you do see season 2 is going to come out, you're going to be excited again and be ready to watch. So shout out to this show, shout out to that last episode. Great season of television.